So for student day level 2, we also need to be able to play some intervals. Now for this category of intervals, they want you to play it in a very specific way. So you're going to play each one note at a time. So it's a melodic interval, not a harmonic interval where we play the notes simultaneously. The other thing is we're going to repeat them up the octave. So we're going to play them 3 times, getting higher every time. And we only have to use your right hand for this one. So right hand only, left hand can take a little break here. There's just 2 intervals we need to know. A major second, which is the same thing as a whole step, and a major third. So let's go over these. So actually let me show you. A major second, we're gonna use fingers 1 and 2. This is just a step, but it's specifically a whole step. So not a half step like your chromatic scale, a whole step. So 1 key has to be in between. We're always gonna land heavier on the first note, down and up, down, up, down, up. And the judge is gonna request what note you start on. So if he requests that you start on G, for example, here's my G, I need a whole step, so here's my half step, half step. Now I've made it a whole. But what if he asks you to start on B? From white key to white key, this is a half step because there's not a black key here. So I can't just play B and C, I have to play B and C sharp to make it a whole step, a major second. Same thing with E. If I start on E, this is a half step, E to F. This is a minor second, technically. So I need a major second, so I need a whole step. So for most of these, you're just gonna go from one white key to the next, unless you're doing B to C or E to F. In that case, since there's no black key here, we have to go to the next black key. A major third is the other interval that we need to know. You can think of major thirds in 2 different ways. So 1, if you know all your major chords, it's those bottom 2 notes of any major chord. So for example, if I need to play a major third from D, I'm going to think about my major chord, my D major chord, and play D and F sharp. Another way to think of it is that it is 2 whole steps. So here's a whole step, here's a whole step. Now I know how to get from D to F sharp. So let's do another one. What if I'm starting on F? So here's my F. I need a major third, so I can either think of my F chord or I can think of 2 whole steps. If you know those major chords really well, you know C, F, and G have white keys in the middle. A, D, and E have black keys in the middle. And so does B. B's a little weird. The 5th is weird, but we only need the 3rd, so you're good to go. And they will only ask you to play these starting on white keys. So as long as you know those, you know everything you need to know. So the biggest challenge here is remembering you have to play it 3 octaves, and we're gonna land down on the first note and come gently off the second note. So it's called a 2-note slur. If you hear the judge say, play a major second on C as a 2-note slur in 3 octaves. That's what they mean. Just you're gonna land down and then gently rise up on the second of those notes. So that first note's gonna be strong and heavier, and the second note is gonna be lighter and gentler. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't think this will be too hard. I think it might actually be one of the easiest things on the exam. It's just remembering to do the 2-note slurs and the 3 octaves. That's the only hard part here. So happy practicing.